A 5-game win streak after a 48-46 victory for the ladies basketball team this past weekend against rival Denison University. And joining us here on the KSC is junior Jessica Gerber, who scored in double figures 5 straight games now. And Jess, obviously that game Saturday, I just told you off camera, I thought absolutely for the first 3 quarters, clearly the better team the ladies had. You're on the roster. What did you make of that game? And obviously a little bit too close for comfort in the end, but we got the victory once the horn sounded.
I mean, a win's a win,
Yeah.
so that's always good. And basketball, I think, is a game of runs.
Right.
So it's whoever can endure just going through maybe a little shooting slump, but defense stays consistent. I think that we came out well because we had good defense, especially at the end, but we just need to find a way to play intense the whole 40 minutes. So
I thought, and Mark DeLucchi, the guy that helps us on the broadcast, said maybe the shot clock, we were getting shots off really early in the shot clock in that fourth quarter, I thought. How do you kind of maybe tone back and just settle in? In that Trine game a few weeks ago, a really close loss to that, I think, the 9th ranked team at the time, and the other day against Denison, just a little bit of non-fluidity on the offensive end. How do we kind of reverse that to settle in throughout the whole game?
I think it's definitely just knowing shot selection.
Yeah.
I think it comes with playing with each other more. It's chemistry. We definitely need to get into the post more. We are an outside shooting team, which is good when we're on, but especially when it gets late in the game when we're tired, we really need to look through our post throughout the game too, not just throughout the end, because they don't touch the ball enough. And Iffy and Lane, they're beasts in there, so we need to give them the ball more.
And speaking of Lane, one of the juniors on this team, and I remember a couple years ago, Coach Kiernick and Coach Helfand said, we got a really good freshman class here. Yourself, Lane Davis, Sharon Hull, all stepping up here in year 3, and all of y'all have done really well. Free throw shooting on your end, Sharon's second in the league, and field goal percentage, and Lane is top 6 in rebounding. What kind of role have y'all taken into this season? And you're performing pretty well so far.
I feel like it's just a leadership role we've all taken. We're upperclassmen. We've had 2 years. We've always had the senior class that graduated last year. We've looked up to them. We played with them, and now I feel like it's kind of our turn to kind of set the pace and just play with confidence, and I feel like we're doing that, and as long as we all play together and confidently, we're good.
I just mentioned to you that I thought the first 3 quarters against Denison were really good. We're pretty efficient on the offensive end. If there's one thing, maybe the turnovers could be dialed back. You're shaking your head there as yes. What do you see on that end? We're pretty good collectively, especially that last game. Campbell Fee comes in and does a pretty good job. Ellie Schaub, the last 2 games, has been getting into a rhythm. What do you make on the offensive end and kind of improving on that side?
Again, I think it's really just playing with each other, and I think a lot of if we do turn the ball over, I think sometimes it is aggressive mistakes, and I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, but we just have to get used to playing with each other, getting it in, and again, I think a lot of times it's timing and us trying to force maybe an outside shot. If we could get it in, I think that would eliminate turnovers. It'd leave us more open. It'd get the post more. And they're so good about Iffy and Lane kicking it back out to us for a wide open shot that we really need to, like I said earlier, we need to get it into the post more.
Sure. All right, tomorrow we're at Allegheny. It's our first road game since about 3 weeks ago when we were down in Granville. And they've got the conference's leading scorer, Delaney Arbor, and we've seen some pretty good players in our schedule so far. That Trine lady, I think it was Brandy Dawson, an All-American last year. Keys to the road, on the road tomorrow against the Gators, and hopefully notching another victory.
It's just energy. It's always hard playing like far away game, especially during the week. We just have to bring energy. We have to communicate, and I think again it's our defense, which it always is. Our shots will fall. We have 5 players that can consistently score.
Right.
Anyone on our team can score. We have 5 players on the court, scoring threat. So it's just our defense. We got to communicate, we got to play tough, and we got to bring the energy.
All right. Jess, thanks for your time.
Thank
Good
you.
luck, and we'll see you another time.
Sounds good.
That was junior Jessica Gerber. She's from Newtown, Pennsylvania. The ladies are at Allegheny Wednesday night at 6 o'clock to take on the Gators in another NCAC matchup, and we'll have all the coverage links at athletics.kenyon.edu. For Jess Gerber, I'm Clayton Kaufman. We'll see you next time on the Kenyon Sports Connection.